So this doesn't belong on this side. We can't see the top of it from here, but you can see why it's called difficult. We've got about 10 kilometres of water race. Our water's running south behind the skyline, round the end of that ridge, back on this side of that ridge till it can drop into this gully that's directly in front of us. The guy on the monitor or the nozzle washing the terraces apart. The rest of the team are standing aside waiting to get into the hole so that they can pick all the big rocks out of the way and stack them up. And they're also very mindful about keeping their recovery system as close as possible to the material they're washing off these terraces. But if you stand in front of it, the volume might flatten out. I'll just lay it on these hills, wash it all down. I've got a bucket of material that I bought up this morning from about 500 metres downstream. It's not screened. I'm going to grab a pan of some of that material and I'll go through it and I'll show you a really basic technique that does work, and then you can have a go. Be right back. Right, let's see if there's gold in that, eh? Oh, wow. I'll pop round the other side so you can see into the pan and see what I'm doing.
Oh, awesome.
You guys are welcome to watch. Yeah. Okay. On this particular pan, this has got a recess that only goes a third of the way around. On this pan, that's the front. A lot of them, it goes, these ones, it goes all the way around. They haven't got a front. This one, that's the front. Whole time I'm working the pan, it's tilted slightly forward. Right above my finger is the lowest point in the pan, and we know the gold is the heaviest material in the pan. You get the picture. A lot of these stones have got silt and maybe gold stuck on them. It loves sticking to damp rocks. We throw none of this away until it's been washed clean. So we don't know if there's any gold in this pan. I'm going to put one piece in, just so that you can see that what I'm showing you works.
Be that nugget that you had in there, wouldn't it? So we know that works.
But okay, so I'm going to put one piece in. But there's actually another. Wow. I found that piece in the last pan that I did as well.
Oh wow!
So okay. I'll just put that piece in.
Yeah.
So there's one piece of gold. All right. That was in the last pan. That piece. Okay, so we know there's one in there. Let's find it. We're tilted forward. That's the front. Now I've got to be quite vigorous for a start. I've got to wash all that mud and clay off of those stones. If they're not clean, the gold could still be stuck on them. And the other reason, clay and dirt, if it wraps, we know the gold specific gravity 19.3, 19 times heavier than water. If those small flakes of gold are wrapped up in clay, they can float. So it's super important to get rid of this mud and clay so that the gold can go down through these gravels. So even if we use our hand to wash all that clay and dirt and gold off those stones. If you have any sunscreens or hand creams on your hands, don't put your hand in the pan. Those materials are like the clay. They're going to envelop the tiny flakes and make them float. So clean hands. I can clean all this stuff up. All I'm doing is tipping out dirty, muddy water. Yeah. No material. Just trying to get rid of that clay. Okay, so I've got rid of the clay, so now I can start sorting the gold to the bottom of the pan. Well, I can get rid of these big rocks as well. So if I can grab all these big rocks, rinse them off so there's no gold stuck on them. All I'm looking for is big gold nuggets. If it's not a big gold nugget, just chuck it away. You're going to see it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It's going to stand out like the proverbial dog's thing. Right, so very quickly reduce that down to a manageable looking pile of gravel. Still the front, still tilted forward. Now I can go gently side to side to try and get that heavy material to the low point, not round and round. Now I've just moved that heavy material from the low spot up the side of the pan, across the top at the back, and then it's going to dive down and go around again. I can lose the gold if it's up in the gravels. If I only go side to side, the only way any heavy material can go is down. Now I've quietly tipped all that water out. Now there's no water in the pan. 65, 70 degree angle. Just inertia holding that gravel in there. I know my heavy material is heading for where my finger is. So that's also telling me all the stuff at the front must be lighter rock and material and I can ditch it. So all I'm going to do is dip the pan straight down, straight up, and let the water wash some of that material off. So gently side to side. If I'm dipping the pan and there's no gravel going out, I'm not steep enough. To go steeper and let the water do the work. The water is your friend. So all the time we're doing this, we're just concentrating our heavies in the bottom. All but one. But you can see all those little black round balls in there, the little black stones. Ironstone, magnetite, hematite. Next heaviest rock in the stream bed behind gold. So if I've got all that in the bottom of the pan, there's a fair chance the gold's stuck underneath it, because the gold is 6 times heavier than that. Right, now I'm going to have a look and see if I've got any gold in the pan. I've got everything shaking down the bottom, a little bit of water in the pan, and I'm going to tip this quite steeply back towards myself because I'm looking for yellow stuff. I'm only turning it round for your benefit. There's your water line. There's your gravel line. This is the important part of the gold pan, this piece. I use that water and quietly bring it round. If I do it in a quiet, measured manner, all of this material opens up on this big expanse of open pan. So if there's any yellow in there, you're going to get an opportunity to see it. So just quietly bring your material round, and there's a piece of gold. 2 little pieces of gold there that I didn't put in the pan. Are tiny. But there's 2 pieces that I didn't put those in the pan. Okay? 2 little bits under my finger. Yeah. And there's the piece I put in. So I'm having a good run with this. There's another. There's a big. Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 extra pieces of gold in that pan, other than the piece I put in there. 5.
Filipino gold miner.
Then the gold can go to the
Pour
bottom of the pan.
water. Then remove the mud.
Okay, I'll leave you.